we had to kind of adapt to being in new environments, around new people, new atmospheres, right? And so with that being said, I didn't have a fear of leaving the town. I didn't have that fear of not, being confident enough to say, if I need to get out of here, this is not working for me, I can do that, right? And be okay.
Hey everybody, this is my show, Ageless Ambitions on luxemediastudios. We're in the heart of Hollywood, and did I bring one of my favorite makeup artists of all time? She is a Hollywood guru when it comes to makeup. This is Makeup by Sherry O. I'm so glad that you're on the show with me.
Hi, Christy. Thank you so much for that wonderful introduction. You are one of my all-time favorite people, clients, and inspirations. Thank you so much. I'm honored to be here.
Well, let's just start out. Let's just talk about you, because you are not only an amazing soul, you're like a triple threat. I call you the hair, the makeup, and the heart in terms of a makeup artist. So that to me is a triple threat, because not very many people do both hair and makeup, but also does it with a lot of heart. And that's you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much.
I really mean that.
I really appreciate that. It means a lot to me, because I do pour my heart into every opportunity when working with clients. I believe it's about the experience. And so it's personal to me to make sure that I provide the best experiences possible, and to do my best to be inspiring, to create something that's beautiful, and to just really tap into a person's.
You make them feel beautiful. You make us feel beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
You do.
That's the key. That's why I do what I do. That's the whole key.
Yes, I totally agree. So first of all, how did you I know that you love cosmetics. You brought that up, and that's what made you want to be a makeup artist. So tell me a little background. Are you from LA, or where are you from? I know you have children. I think that's important for everybody to know too, because, being a mommy is not easy, as well as being the celebrity artist of makeup that you are. So this is just something that I want everybody to know. So were you born in LA, or not from here?
I was not born in LA. Okay. Well, I grew up with very humble beginnings, and I'm from California. I grew up in a town called Bakersfield. It's a small town. It's a little country / a little city, because it's not that far away from LA. So we were able to be updated like on current trends and fashion and music and things like that. However, I developed a passion and a relationship with makeup, because becoming a parent at such an early age, I was a teenage mom. Oh, wow. And there wasn't really a lot of resources to really tap into what that was like, that whole experience for me. So I tend to gravitate to more spiritual inspiration through church and things like that, and prayer. But when I became older, I started to develop and look more like a model. I was tall and thin and things like that, and I kind of stood out. I was a little awkward looking, to be honest with you. So to my advantage, I was able to tap into modeling. And while modeling, I discovered I was a model. I hardly ever, really shared that story.
And you know what? You do. Yeah. Now I get it, because when after you do our makeup and everything, you're there to, pick us up back, put makeup back on through different shots. But you always guide us too. It's like, what you need to see. So you use that background of you being a model too, to make us comfortable behind the camera when we're shooting, not just do our makeup.
Absolutely. It's definitely an asset, because I kind of get a chance to see on both sides. Right. So, with that being said.
And not very many makeup artists do that. They just do their job and they sit back. But no, you're right there. You are all over it. Like, you want a little hip here or something there. You find a way to make us look our best, not just through makeup, but just the way that we pose. Right. And I want everybody to know that that's more than a triple threat to me, of course.
I really appreciate you saying that, because I'm so passionate about it, and I want the best outcome it's a team effort, and I want the best outcome, right? And a lot of times I notice like some girls, they might have just starting out modeling. And so they have the makeup in the hair, the body, the physique and everything, but a lot of times the confidence is not always there, right? And they're just starting out. So I like to encourage them, and do it in a way where I feel like they get it, not to be pushy or anything, but to just let them know, hey, I'm here, I'm rooting for you, I'm your cheerleader. If you need a little inspiration, if you need somebody to kind of like, just really like be supportive in that area, and it just makes everything work well. It gives them confidence. They get a chance to relax and have more fun, because you want the pictures to reflect who you are, your authenticity, right?
And that's what makes your photographs. I can't wait, because during this video of the conversation that we're having, we're going to put up some of your beautiful pictures of what you did for makeup that's on magazines and stuff like that. So we can't wait for everybody to see that. And I can tell you right now, you bring out the best in everybody's features, as well as, just making them feel confident. So I can't wait for them to see it. So you were modeling in Bakersfield, right? And then what got you here to LA? Modeling. It's not easy being in LA.
No, but however, my mom, she was a bit of a rebel. So she would move, and like she was a fashion designer. She still designs, but it's not much in the business anymore, more like on a personal level. So she would do fashion shows. She was connected to a lot of creative people, photographers and models and things like that. So growing up and watching her and realizing how she would move, she would just move, and we would be like, okay. So it was almost like we had to kind of adapt to being in new environments, around new people, new atmospheres, right? And so with that being said, I didn't have a fear of leaving the town. I didn't have that fear of not being confident enough to say, if I need to get out of here, this is not working for me, I can do that, right? And be okay. So I spent some time
very
modeling.
Interesting because, that's very interesting, because a lot of my episodes are based on how we get to where we're going and the steps that we take to move into our, how we live our lives. And a lot of it has to do with our parents. And when we have good parenting, and when we have good guidance, even if it's not parents, it's somebody surrounding you with your parents, that just makes everything, so much better for us to be able to succeed in whatever field that we go into, the way that we handle people. It's based on our background with our families. And that's a big thing for me on the show. So it's good to hear again that you had a mommy that pretty much got up and went and did something, she moved somewhere else, but that made you more confident. And if you had to move, you can do it. Like that's important, because
it also exposed me. It also exposed me to new cities, new towns, new atmospheres. And so I knew that there was more out there. I knew that there was more, that the town, because Bakersfield is a small town, right?
Yeah.
And so I knew that there was more to life.
Something bigger for you.
There was something bigger out there. And so I didn't realize that I would ever become a makeup artist until later on in life. Because for me, makeup was something that I used as a tool. It was like therapy for me when life was challenging and very hard, and I didn't have an outlet or a source of support in that area. And I didn't know what to do with my emotions or my mindset or the trauma that I might have felt. I would sit in front of a chair. Well, not a chair, a mirror. I would sit in front of a mirror.
Sitting in a chair, but looking in a mirror.
Sitting in the chair, looking in the mirror. And I would have a self-talk with myself. And I would literally do my makeup. And as I did my makeup, I was wiping away tears. I wiped away pain. I wiped away shame. I wiped away all the negative things that I was feeling at that moment. And I reinvented myself. And I realized and I discovered, girl, you might have been through this, but you don't have to look like it and you don't have to wear it. So it was like my tool to fight back when life was hard and life would, kick me down. I was like, oh, you might have knocked me down, but I'm going to dust myself off and I'm going to stand up again and I'm going to be powerful and strong again. And so it became like my superhero, my superpower.
Love it.
For years. And I never knew that it was a gift that I could share with other people until much later in my life. Much
Wow.
later. And when I discovered that, I was just like, really? And I thought, wow, how amazing, because I knew how it made me feel. I knew the empowerment experience that it gave me. And to be able to share that with people like yourself and other people, it's just a double reward. It really is.
So you weren't a makeup artist in the beginning of, growing like in your adulthood, or what were you doing?
Never,
Oh,
ever.
wow.
I hadn't even
Okay.
thought of it. Makeup for me was very personal because, like I
Okay.
said, it was like my therapy. It was
Yes,
something that I
yes.
could go to and I can wipe away things. I didn't know how else to deal with certain things. As I got older, I learned how to process and things of that nature. But at the time, as being a young girl, a young mom, I didn't know. I didn't have like a lot of tools to
Hmm.
really lean on. And so
Hmm.
that was one of the major tools that I used, and lo and behold, here I am today using
Love
that
it.
tool to help other people and change lives. And it's just a blessing. Yeah.
So that's the ageless ambition that you had starting very young to love
Mm-hmm.
makeup and just take your cosmetics and, you know, wash away, tears or just anxiety or
Mm-hmm.
trauma or whatever. But now that tool that you use to do your makeup is how you became an incredible makeup artist who knows how to take a
Thank you.
face and bring out the best features and the knowledge that you have about, how you do certain eyes or how you contour this, contour that. It just changes everybody's face to be as beautiful as they can be. And it can go both ways. It could be light. You could do a very light look, or you
Yes.
could do a very heavy look just based on what the client or the person that's hiring the models want. And I just think
Right.
that's so special. That's a gift that's hard because it,
Mm-hmm.
it takes an artist, right? As a makeup artist. So you have to have artistry to understand that it's not easy to do makeup, right? And a lot of people,
No.
a lot of
Mm-hmm.
us, look at me. I don't know how to do makeup, but I do my best.
Oh, but you're
But I
gorgeous and
wish
you're glowing, by the way. By the way, you are glowing right now, honey. Listen, that skincare line that you have is phenomenal. You look
thank
like
you.
a very youthful, very, yes, stylish woman. I am telling you, I love it. Yes.
Believing Before Seeing, a new book by Candace Barr, teaching you how to believe into existence. Available now for pre-order.
Well, yes, Hito's been very, very good to me and things are going very
Mm-hmm.
well. And that I appreciate so much. When it comes to getting jobs, like how do you, like you've done so many covers, you've done films, like what else have you done? Like and so how do you get your work and how can somebody reach out to you as well as, big corporations or whoever needs a makeup artist? How do they reach you? How
Mm-hmm.
do they go about it? And how did you get some of these parts? Like getting into, like, say, for instance, I think you did a couple films and a lot of
Yes.
a lot of magazine covers. So how does that work? Because if anybody
Well,
out there wants to be a makeup artist, right,
okay.
we want to
Mm-hmm.
inspire them. So how
Yes,
does that work?
absolutely. Okay, so I want to say that when I began this journey, I had no clue. I actually went to cosmetology school as well, which I really
Okay.
didn't. I really didn't want to do that because I knew that hair wasn't really my passion, but I liked doing hair and it was something I enjoyed doing, but it wasn't like my real passion.
Mm-hmm.
However, I was blessed with an opportunity to go to cosmetology school through an adult school program because in
Okay.
2006 and 2005, I was recovering from a back surgery,
Oh,
right?
wow.
So I had a major back surgery and I was trying to discover, like, what am I going to do with my life at this point? And this is before I started the makeup journey, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So in that process of me trying to figure out what do I want to do and things like that, I discovered the makeup and my passion and the gift for that. So it led me to feel like I needed some education because I didn't have a clue of how to start. I just knew my face. I knew I could do my face, but I didn't know about anybody else. So I took a class. It was a very short intermediate class. And of course, I was ready to do the stars after that, honey. I was like, I'm going to
You're
Hollywood.
ready for the celebrity.
I was ready for all of this, and I didn't have a clue what that looked like,
Mm-hmm.
right? So, working in a hair salon, I would change. I'll tell you a funny story. I would change my look all the time, right? So it was mostly guys working in there. And so it was a celebrity hairstylist. Shout out to B. Perry International. He was amazing. And he gave me a chance once I finished with school. He pulled me to the side one day and he goes, I need to speak with you. The clients are kind of concerned about you right now. And I was like, oh, wow. What's going on? I thought I was in trouble, right? So I'm going in the back, like I'm going to the principal's office. And I'm just like, okay, so I'm like, what is going on? He goes, are you okay? Is there somebody looking for you? And I go, no, why do you say that? He says, because every time you come in here, you look like a different woman. And the clients are nervous. They think you're on the run. It's like, and so he just politely said,
That's interesting because some people might even think that, right?
Yeah. So he goes, this is not your thing. I don't know what your thing looks like, but you're going to have to find it. And we shared some tears of joy and sadness because I knew I had to step out on faith and find out what this makeup life and experience was like. So he told me, go try to get some photographers and start, do something, just start doing it. And I was like, okay. So I started reaching out to photographers, the meetup.com. I joined that and I heard that was pretty cool. People collaborate. So I started collaborating with a lot of models and art. We were all just starting out. And a lot of them are my friends right now today. And we still work together and support each other. And so this was probably like in 2007. No, 2013, because 2007 is when I went to the makeup school for like 1 week. And then I ended up going to cosmetology. Took me 3 years. I was like, I don't want to do hair. Why am I still here? But now I understand it was part of my process because the knowledge that I gained from cosmetology about safety and sanitation really set me apart when I began to work because now I know certain things to look for, I know how to protect my client at all times, right? And myself as well.
Interesting.
So that came in handy. Fast forward, I didn't get any paid jobs for like the first 2.5 years, really planting seeds. And I wanted to work with any woman. And I was like, I need to know how to work on my sisters. I need to know how to work on the darkest of the dark to the lightest of the light. I never want anyone to sit in my chair and feel like, I don't have your color. I don't know what to do. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so that was a very big deal for me. And so I started working with everybody. I mean, from Asian to white girls, to Black girls, Spanish girls, anybody that would sit in my chair, I was like, we're doing this. And so I started getting pictures and I look back on some of those pictures and I'm like, oh my God, it's part of my journey. So yeah,
but that's everybody's journey when you look back and you see something you thought it was amazing at the time. You're like, whoa, what was I thinking? But it's okay.
Absolutely. So I get a kick out of doing that. And it's good to do that. It's good to go back and look at your journey because a lot of times you're just on the go, moving forward, want the next goal, the next job, the next experience, the next whatever that is. And you don't even see how far you've come.
Yes.
You don't even see all the amazing things you've already done and accomplished. So I had to take some time and do that as well because I didn't realize it. And when I looked at my path, I was like, girl, you've done some things. So, yeah, but what I would say to, not to get off track, but what I would say to anybody who's in this business, please have the attitude of being of service.
Okay.
Have the mindset of serving when you come into this business. Realize that it is not about you. It is about the experience that you provide with your God-given gifts and talents and techniques to uplift, to bless, to change lives for the better. It should be a positive, life-changing experience when they sit in your chair. You have the opportunity to be in some of the most personal, private experiences with people. You're touching people that a lot of times don't let people touch. Most people are not going to let some stranger come up and touch them or touch their face or anything like that. So they're trusting you with who they are. They're trusting you and they're being in a vulnerable state when they sit in your chair. And so we have to really take that into consideration, be polite, and don't think that your job is over when you finish the makeup. No, honey, listen, if you are still there on set, your job is just beginning. Because now You have to have eyes as a camera. You need to see what the photographer is seeing, because that way you know, is it too light? Is it too dark? Is it not enough? Is there imbalance anywhere? What does that look like? So I'll give them a tip. What I tend to do, if the photographer is okay, because you want to have a rapport with your photographer as well.
Right.
A lot of times, if
Right.
you never worked with them before, they need to know that you're there to be of service. They need to know that you're not just going to stand there. I mean, unless they say no makeup artist on set, okay, that's fine. Then you stand in your position, you clean your brushes, and you wait until they need you, right? However, a lot of times it doesn't work like that. They want you right there on set. You need to know, if there's no hairstylist there, if there's no fashion wardrobe stylist, that becomes your job. You become all eyes, because now, what if the hair is out of place? What if her bra strap is showing, or boob? I'm just saying. A lot of times the photographer, he's focused on the lighting, he's focused on the angles, he's focused on the big picture. So he's not looking at her dress to make sure there's no strings hanging
Right.
down.
No.
He's not looking to see if the belt is altered and make sure it's in the middle of where it needs to be.
Especially in fashion,
That becomes your
it has to
job.
be perfect. Yeah.
That becomes your job. So I say, be willing to be of service, not just as a makeup artist, but go the extra mile. Go the extra mile. And I've been blessed to have amazing opportunities. I do not have an agent. Sometimes I wish I did, because I'm also the one that's negotiating with clients. So
I think that's a
sometimes
blessing,
I feel
to be
like,
honest.
yeah, sometimes I'm like, I need an agent or someone to just kind of like, let me handle and deal with that for you. But until that happens, God's been my agent. So he's been
Yes.
blessing me with these opportunities to work with people, and go into this business being the best that you can be. Don't worry about the competition, or look at other people and say, oh, if they're doing something great, be able to validate, say, I like that, or you did great with that. Or if you have an opportunity to learn from another artist, learn. It's so important to be humble, to be of service, and to have a positive attitude. Leave all your personal business, whatever is going on, if you can. Don't take it with you to work. If you feel like it's something that then don't go to the job. Deal with that situation so that you're fresh. You're full of light when you walk in the door, not heaviness and burdened down and you're preoccupied. No, because you need your full attention. You need your light to shine. You need your energy to be great. You need that creativity, that download. You need all of those things to really make everything come together for your best interest. So those are things that's my point of view, of course, but those are some of the things that have allowed me to work with people like yourself and continue to establish great relationships and great clientele and great outcomes with everyone, because I'm a team player. You want to be a team player.
So tell me your ageless ambition, like in the next few years. What are your goals? What are you looking forward to? What do you want to see down the road that is going to just inspire you to keep reaching for?
Well, there are a couple of things that are on my to-do list and my list of completion. At this point of my life and my career, my desire is to finish my book. I want to tell my story. I want to share my story and my journey to enlighten and to uplift others. I feel like makeup artistry has been my voice for so many years. I've been known because of the artistry that I do. And the people that I've worked with and the outcome of those experiences. However, there's a whole nother side to me that I want to tap into and embrace and share and give voice and give light to, because I do also feel like that's a part of who I am, and that's a part of my journey as well. And also, I want to create online courses so that I can share all my technique, all the experience that I have accumulated over these years. I want to tap into people from all over the world where they can take the course and they can learn and develop their skill, develop their confidence, and also take them on a journey of behind the scenes with me, and to actually see me work and to see what that's like, so that they'll know if do they even really want to get involved with a career like this, because honey, it's work. It's the glamorous side to it, of course. A lot of times you see the outcome, but you don't see all the effort, all the time, all the hours and the input, especially when you're working on film. Hats off to all my creative, teammates on film. These are hours and hours and hours. And these are, lifting things, moving things around. And it's so beautiful when it comes together and you see the outcome. You have no idea though of behind the scenes.
So the courses, and then seeing you behind the scenes to see what it really takes to be a makeup artist, not just, okay, here's A, B, C, D. No, this is the virtual way to see how you go about when you are on your job and what it takes to do the things that you do. I love that. And I think also you are starting maybe your own podcast.
Yes, it's called So Hollywood LA. Thank you, Chris.
Woo, So Hollywood
Yes,
LA.
so I already have an Instagram for it. And so I'm lining up interviews. So perhaps you'll come on my podcast and join me as well.
Do it. I'll just reverse that right now. Let's go whenever you're ready.
Yes, I would love that. I would love that. So I want to interview people that are particularly have to do with entertainment, film, television, commercial, modeling, the beauty industry, and just the whole aspects of what entails into the Hollywood experience. A lot of people don't really get their flowers or acknowledgement in this business unless you are at a certain level or you work with a certain clientele. So me witnessing that, experiencing that, I want to shed light on some amazing, talented people that may have not been very much exposed to the limelight.
To give them more exposure. Give them
exposure, give them validation, and give them some flowers at the same time, and recognition. Yeah, definitely.
I'm happy for you. Congratulations. I would love to be a part of that. And I'm just ready for you to just keep growing and shining. And wow, I always call on you. There's many makeup artists out there, but it takes, somebody that cares about, making you feel amazing. And when you do get older, like me, I've been getting my makeup done for years and years and years. And the thing is, when you do get a little bit older, you're a little bit more insecure about thinking that, you want, I don't know. It's just I used to look so amazing when somebody did my makeup in my 20s, 30s, 40s, but now in my 60s, you just get a little insecure about how that makeup looks on you and you feel confident, so that's why I call on you, because you do bring that out and you make me feel so secure and confident and just beautiful at the same time. So that is just, you guys all have to know Sherio, Makeup by Sherio. You guys, please follow her, look her up, see all her journey. And I can't wait for your book to come out. Just really in a moment's time be on the show with me today. So I truly appreciate it.
Oh yes, absolutely, Chrissy. Anything for you. You're my girl. And you're so inspiring to me, and I'm sure to many others. But the first time that we ever worked together, first time I ever met you, I knew that you were a light shining in this world. I knew that you were somebody who had a big heart and just poured out your heart into what you do as well. And I honor you. I'm very honored to work with you, to know you, to be your friend, and to be able to experience working with you. And just, you're very inspiring. You're such a beautiful person inside and out. And
my crew's just loving this part.
Yeah, you're definitely. So it's almost like, when I work with people like yourself, it really pours into me as well, because I'm a woman of particular age as well. I'm 56. So I'm not too far behind. You know what I mean? So I'm glad that you mentioned that, because in this business, a lot of times as women grow older, it's almost like less value on us as being beautiful, right? And so I'm actually creating a photo shoot for ladies who are 50 and up. It's 50
there you
and
go.
Fabulous.
Please do that. Good for you. I love that.
So it's makeup and hair. It's going to be makeup and hair and wardrobe. And what I want to do is I want to target moms, grandmas, aunties, anybody who's over the age of 50 and hasn't had their makeup and hasn't allowed themselves to have a beauty experience. I want to provide that.
Really get anybody that's just, never had the opportunity to just get their makeup done and see how beautiful they can look, and just change up a little bit of how they dress every day and feel. Yes, this is important. I love it. Well, come back, please, and I'll come on your show.
I will. Thank you so much. I love you, girl. Mwah. Thank you guys for watching.
Ageless Ambitions on Lux Media Studios. This is Sherry O, the makeup artist of such the Hollywood you could ever imagine. It's right behind me, so we're in the same space. But let me tell you, thank you for being here. And you guys, please watch this episode fully and really get the depth of what we're talking about here, as well as all my other episodes. All I want is to bring out the best in each and every one of you, inspire you, be your best you. And we just need goodness in this world. So let's just go there. Talk to you soon.